What are some unethical life hacks? Find a partner, hard I know, who is a heavy sleeper. Each night after they go to sleep, slap a nicotine patch on them. Take it off before they wake up. They will become addicted to nicotine, and should they break up with you, go through massive withdrawals. If everything has gone to plan, they will associate this feeling with their newfound freedom and come back to you. Edit. Thanks for the gold. All I had to do was be an evil monster, apparently worth it. Promise a generation the technology they've been dreaming about for decades. Host a successful Kickstarter. Sell out. Profit. There's clothing that allows you to do virtually everything. Want to do graffiti? Wear one of those white paperish overalls. Steal a street sin? Carry a toolbox. Dress like a mechanic, and you're good to go. Dress up like a technician. Walk into an office. Tell somebody you were told to take that PC. You can just walk out with it. Never underestimate how little people question the uniform. Walk into a hospital in surgeon's overalls. Perform hard surgery. This trick has helped me pass a good majority of my college courses. Send out a mass email to the class the day before an exam saying I have just finished my study guide, and offer to swap it with other people. Never actually made a study guide. People would send me theirs, and I would send them each other's back. Win-win for everyone. Study guide Ponzi scheme. Now I can listen in class, rather than focusing on taking notes. Never let schooling get in the way of your education. Don't call in to work sick. Call in saying that you have family problems. That's the end of the discussion. Or explosive diarrhea. It's too embarrassing to lie about. Lying works better when you throw in embarrassing things, because people think to themselves, why would you embarrass yourself if it wasn't the truth? To get a free day off. In order to be a good liar, you need to convince everyone that you are a bad liar. That's my secret. I'm always lying. When buying something on Craigslist, I used my spam email to lowball the seller by a lot. Then I used my regular email to give a reasonable offer that is still a good amount under the asking price. I almost always have my offer accepted. If you're in a crowd and need to get through, yell I'm gonna puke. To dominate someone in conversation, stare at their forehead questionably. Edit. You're welcome, Reddit. Spread my wisdom far. I would try the forehead thing, it's just that I'm just not sure what I would do once I was dominating the conversation. First the conversation, then the world. Stare at the world's forehead. Assert that dominance. When meeting someone, tell them you are twice as far away from them as you actually are, and are willing to meet halfway. That is a block away from where you currently are. I know a guy who used to get free meals all the time. I'm not condoning it, but it worked. He would find a chain restaurant, like an Olive Garden or Applebee's or such, and call them during the day to ask what manager was on duty that night. Then he'd call during dinner and ask to speak to the manager by name. Hi, Dave. Yeah, this is Mr. Madupnameski from a city that's not the city. I'm not sure if you remember me, but about 8 months ago or so I was in there with my wife. You seen a Maharetarine Force story, and the meal just wasn't up to paragraph. You said if I was ever in town again, to give you a call and Dave won't give a F. He's not invested. He doesn't get dividends for breadsticks or anything. He just wants to get through his shift, so he can hopefully get a job from the hostess in a booth in the back after they close. He doesn't remember you, but he doesn't care. And even if he did, does he really remember what happened 8 months ago? No, because he just wanted to get through his shift, so he could hopefully get a job from the hostess in a booth in the back after they closed. And that's how he ate a lot of his meals. Had a whole notebook with dates and codes and shit. Very organized. If you're doing something you shouldn't, confidence is key. You can just walk out of a store holding what you stole and be fine if you know how to act and have a basic knowledge of how the store works. Bonus: trespass with an orange safety jacket. Nobody questions the orange safety jacket. This type of thing happened at the local country club. 2 guys walked in dressed as repairmen and just lifted a brand new 60-inch plasma off the wall and took it away. Nobody said anything because they thought they were supposed to be there. They got away clean. I went to a concert once and had to drive a few blocks to find parking. There was a small lot with a guy at the entrance collecting $5 from every car that went in. Naturally, we drove in line, paid our parking fee to a man in an orange vest, and parked. Turned out the guy at the entrance collecting the parking fee was a homeless man who came up on a vest, and everyone who parked in the lot got a ticket for not paying at the machine near the exit. Lesson learned. The weirdest I've heard of is rich moms hiring handicapped people to go to Disney with them so they and their children can skip all the lines. If you need a phone charger, go to a hotel and tell them you forgot your phone charger in the hotel. They'll pull out a box full of them. Take your pick. Work in a hotel, can confirm they will pull out a box of old Nokia chargers. If you're a teenager and you're up to no good, tell your parents what you are actually doing. They will take it as sarcasm and stop questioning you. I never lied once in high school, and I had a damn good time. The first trick I learned in the FBI, if you're on a stakeout and you want someone to stop looking at you, or think you're not looking at them, pick your nose. They immediately turn away and think you're just some jerk picking his nose. My roommate is apparently an FBI agent in deep cover. If you want to sound sick when calling into your work, lie on your back while hanging your head over the edge of the bed. You will sound congested. When career hunting, flagging Craigslist posts as spam after applying, or taking down flyers for a position, like at a college campus, cuts down on the competition. I probably missed the boat on this one, but here goes anyway. When I was going to college I would walk over to Whole Foods and get some of their most expensive grass-fed bone-in ribeye steaks from the meat counter. The butcher would wrap them up and slap a price tag on them. If I was getting meat for a BBQ this was sometimes upwards of $200. Then I would walk over to the bulk grains, put the meat on the scale, and hit print for something like oats. I'd cover the existing label on the meat with my much cheaper oats label and proceed to self-checkout. It would ask you to scan the barcode and then place the item in the basket. It would register the appropriate weight as both labels were from the weight of the meat. Then I'd pay 88 cents for 6 steaks and leave. I probably did this 25 times without arousing any suspicion. Not sure about all chain theaters, but this is a sure bet at any AMC. After buying a ticket and walking past the concessions, head to any trash can. Stay with me here. Try to find an empty large soda cup and or popcorn bag. Take this to the counter and ask for a free refill. They will take the old bag/cup and throw it out, thank God, and fill a new one, with refill repeating in bold around the rim. They do this to prevent people from getting more than one refill, but it's a surefire way to grab free food in a super expensive theater. Another life hack, don't let your date see you do it. Edit. I used to work for AMC, but Reddit is reminding me that many different AMCs have different policies with their refills. Please be discerning when rooting through garbage in a movie theater. For college students, torrent your book's PDF rather than buying the textbook. The only unethical thing here is how much textbooks cost. The clearance rack in the store, I hear those markdown labels can roll right off if you master the technique. They remain quite sticky. You can stick them on top of the standard ticket barcode. I heard about a guy who did this and got himself a really nice winter coat. I think he said to remember to peel the sticker of a similar item as it comes up on the register as LE80HR coat 80.00. So don't stick it on shoes, for instance. He told me. I lived in upstate New York with a friend for a year. We didn't know any people really. Test drove a truck to move a couch. When finished I like it, but I have to discuss with the missus. I've got your card. What kind of dealership lets you test drive a car without the salesman in it? I've test drove a lot of cars and most aren't with the dealer in them. Some have been, but not most. Think it's how you seem to them. When I know I'm going late to be for something, I'll call ahead and tell whomever I'm meeting that I was just pulled over for speeding, thus giving myself an excuse for being late and demonstrating my commitment to whatever it is I'm late for. Only works once, but it usually works pretty well. I probably posted this too late and it will get buried. If only I hadn't been pulled over on the way to post this. Edit. A lot of people are asking about the ticket. I guess I forgot to mention that the cop just issued a warning. He was pretty nice about it. I used to keep a cup from McDonald's in my car at all times, and whenever I was driving and wanted some soda I would just walk in any McDonald's and refill my cup. I did this for weeks. I saw a pull a used cup out of the trash and refill it. What is an unethical life hack you know? Share it with us in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video and learned a new life hack. Have a wonderful day my fellow people.